listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and we are live here on Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. How the hell are you? Oh, curly shirt. No. Oh, dang it. I forgot. This shirt's got curly problems on the collar. I don't like the curls. Feel off. Something's a little crooked. See? They curl up. Why do they curl up? They shouldn't curl up. They should be normal like all the other shirts. See? They shouldn't be doing that. Cheap ass shirts. Friggin' discount. Friggin' 30% off. You get the curled up collar. Tonight, we're going to talk about the curled up collar along with Tom DeLonge. Well, I mean, he really said that there's a pyramid beneath Alaska. I know I used the wrong wording. I put under, but he did say beneath. He bequeathed beneath. I think that's Tom DeLonge right now. Tom, is that you? No. Yeah. But anybody could have made that comment. It would have been right. Right? Of course there's stuff buried under Alaska. Now, don't get it confused with the Antarctica or the pole regions. Because it isn't. We're talking about a state called Alaska. It's not a country. It's not a continent. It is a state. And it is, I think, the 50th state, right? Wasn't it the 50th to be thrown into the Union here? Anyway, I think it went Arizona, Hawaii, Alaska, or Alaska, Hawaii. I can't remember. Anywho, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Not much, a little bit. Earthquakes in Canada? Yep, we're going to take a ride over to Into Thin Air for another report later on today. 10 most infamous UFO alien hoaxes. We'll look at a few of those. We'll go through them all week. Yeah, that's right. That's right. What else? No, I already said that. Get rid of that. El circuito de la muerte, el extraño fenomeno representante Julio Rodriguez Juan Jaime Mozan. Let's just do roll call. You know what? After tonight, I'm officially stopping roll call. It's a long time coming. Just tonight will be the last night we do roll call. I'm just, from now on, going to say, I see y'all, I love y'all throughout the show. I may call your name out, I don't know. But it's time. We're mature enough that we don't need to hear our name every show, right? Guys, come on. I'll call you out anyway during the show if you have a question or if you say something funny or I see you and I want to say hi. I know you're all here. I acknowledge every one of you, but it's just taking up approximately 10 minutes of showtime. It's a long time. It isn't, but it is because I do a lot of this in between and we get distracted. Trying to get a little more, tighten things up a little bit. Okay? Still doing shout outs for super chats. Jammer Travels with the first one saying, greetings, Richard. Giordano. Oh, I see what you did there. Somebody called me Richard Lou Giordano in the chat room. That is a no-no. Never put that name inside of my name as a middle name or even a joke. I do not look like a Lou. I am not a Lou. I am definitely not an Eleganzo. Why do I look like Lou? Do I? Do I look like a garden gnome on steroids? That's what Lou is. He's a garden gnome, an actual live garden gnome on juice. Or was on juice. Now he just eats a lot. We should call Lou Sir Eats a Lot. Hey, Sir Eats a Lot. How you doing? Hey, I heard you dropped 20 pounds. Yeah, from your belly to your ass. Oh. It's an old joke. I stole it from Andrew Dice Claypin. Thank you, Jammer Travels, throwing down the Merry Christmas to all aliens as well. Jammer Travels, throwing it down. First one of the day. You know what that means. That's right, Jammer Travels. Thank you for the $5 super duper bag. All over Lou. Ooh, yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one. You can help support the show same way as Jammer Travels. Super chat, super sticker, or you can use the Cash App or PayPal. And even buy a drink or something, whatever they call it. Buying a coffee. I call it buying a nose. NOZ. And or become a member of Goof On, where you get to see eventually videos that you won't normally see here. You might, but you won't. All right, you won't. Should we start? Last roll call ever? Did we already do it? Cyber Bry. First one, last one. Welcome to the show. John Kindon. Welcome to the show. Oh, Sapphire Elf. Balloon men in the Arctic Antediluvian. That sounds like a lot of fun there. Welcome to the show. Teresa Pulio. Welcome to the show. I'm pretty sure I said that right. Aliens Ate My Buick, a.k.a. Jim. Welcome to the show. Nathan Allen, Nathan Nitsky, Nathan's Hot Dogs. Last time, you're not going to hear it as a roll call, but you'll hear it. Everybody's still going to get their names shouted out eventually during the show. I'll say, hey, how you doing, Rebecca? Good to see you made it. Welcome to the show. And then I'll go, hey, Paula Faust, I thought I saw you. Welcome to the show. And then I'll be like, of course. Sammo. Sammo is like a light fixture or a bookend, right? He's there, working hard, right? Doesn't stir the pot, just sits there. He's here, does the job. It's a thankless job, isn't it, Sammo? Being half a bookend? And the other half, well, it's Carlin! Welcome to the show, fellows and ladies. Cosmic Dave, UK, welcome to the show. AZ Man, welcome to the show. Murder Hornet returns. You're back. Welcome to the show. What was your other name? Bee's Knees? Something like that? Jackie Radford, welcome to the show. Carnundrum. Or as I say in every chat room, Carnundrum! That's how I say it. When you see that in a chat room, that's how it sounds. Carnundrum! Strong word. Strong name. The Carnundrum. Billy Nice. Welcome to the show. Diane Boss. Welcome to the show. The Jewish Redneck Prepper. Welcome to the show. That's such a great name. Johnny Southside. What's up? You all right? How's Ma? She all right? And Dad? All right. How about Tiny Tot? Pretty good? Yeah? Tater Tot? Tater? Okay. All right. Hey, alien girl! Amy! Whose real name... Guys, seriously, Amy cannot be called alien girl anymore. We have to call her by her
Welcome to
new
Third
name.
Phase UFO Report. I'm Rich Jordan.
The hell was that? All right, everybody. Let's call alien girl by her real name. Her name is... It's a good one. Hold on. It's coming up. Hold on. Her name is... Starchild! You will now call alien girl Starchild. You will do it. Starchild, alien girl. Get on board with it or get on out. All right. I tried, Amy. Up! Starchild. I am the star seed. Okay, this just turned strange. All right, everybody. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a show to do. Right, Eggneck Face? Welcome to the show. Diamond Dog Show welcomes you. Wow. Wow, I can't believe you just said wow and I said wow a few minutes ago. Right now. Brian, welcome to the show. F-Graph, welcome to the show. Aussie Tiger. Welcome to the show there. Looking fantastic. Look at you. Looks like you've been working out. You got your jowls all fixed there. Your eyes look fantastic. Look at this tiger. Look at him. He could chew your ear right off. You look fantastic. If I was younger, I'd purr. But I don't purr. I can't. How does Arnold Schwarzenegger say purr? It purrs. It's purr. Like saying Persian without jin. It's Persian. That's a hard word for Schwarzenegger voice. Look at this guy with the tiger and the teeth and the... I can't do it now. I lost my train of thought on it. Yeah, so just to get things going. What a crazy thing Tom DeLonge said. But it doesn't mean it isn't true. And I guess, why wouldn't there be any pyramids? Why is everybody going to the pyramids? Jeremy Corbell, it's a pyramidal shape. What did he call it? A paradigm? No, a pyramid. No, he called it a pyramid, right? Not a triangle. He called it a pyramid. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I know. Can't stop looking at that frickin' curly frickin' collar. You know, you curl the wrong way and everything goes the opposite from there on out. I can't think. Before we get into Tom DeLonge and his crazy idea, which isn't that crazy at all, we're going to go to take a look at, well, a massive meteor sighting that took place with an explosion over 15 states and 2 countries. Yeah. That's a conundrum. So let's go to Into Thin Air, see what's going on, get our report for I2, how do you say? I2TA. It's I2TA. Yeah, see, you can only say Into Thin Air. There is no acronym for I2TA. I2TA. All right. I know he's got the nice intro and everything, but we say 15 seconds.
3rd, 2022, and you are looking at a massive meteor sighting spanning 15 different states and 2 different countries. This is not something you see every day. We are going to get into some of the awesome videos that were provided by the people that saw this and reported it to AmericanMeteorSociety.com. 916 reports. Now, I've been following this site for years, and I don't think I've ever seen a number that high of actual people reporting seeing it. Now, keep in mind, that's just the people that reported it. Not everyone knows about this website, so I'm assuming this could be in the thousands. But very quickly, before we get to the videos, take a look at this. It was seen within Canada and the United States, including Alabama, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, North Carolina, New York, Ohio, Ontario, Canada, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia. I will provide links to this website so you can go watch these videos on your own, but I've compiled a few of them for you. Just take a look at this grouping of people. I'm telling you, this is not something you see very often. But once again, as we've been posting, the Northeast has been absolutely swarmed with meteor sightings. Not only that, but the sonic booms of these things exploding overhead. Now,
and that has been going on continuously for the last few years. I can honestly say, you know, being in Florida and hearing those booms and seeing some strange shooting stars. And I say strange because I've seen 3 in I've been here since 18 months. And in Arizona, you may see 3 in like a lifetime, it seems like. I don't know what it is, but there's something. I feel like Russia being in Florida. You know how Russia always seems to have the meteors or asteroids, whatever you want to call them, before they hit the Earth, they're meteors. You know, they have a lot of sightings and a lot of this stuff going on. It makes me think it might just be because there's a lot of people, right? I don't know. If it went over the... See, that's the thing. It's like it's spanning over 1,500 miles that people are seeing it. Anyway, here's the rest of the story. Very strange. There seems to be an uptick. That's where I'm going with all that. There seems to be an uptick in meteor sightings, especially in the last 2 years. Maybe is the Earth going through like a debris field they're not telling us about? Did a debris field pass by that we're not aware about? I mean, there, did it again. I mean,
now, another interesting fact about this one is believed to have hit the ground, making it a meteorite. So somewhere within this vicinity, based on the trajectory, you can see the end of the arrow right about here. It's a little hard to see with all the people there. In fact, let me zoom in really quick one more time. There's the trajectory right there from a west to east direction. So chances are this thing landed somewhere within,
it almost hit that
possibly
guy,
the very southern end of Pennsylvania going into Maryland. Now, the reason I say this is because of some of these videos, which are all copyright free on that website, which I'll provide, but take a look at some of these amazing captures. You're going to notice something interesting. Some of these leave a tail that you actually see well after the meteor has already exploded, or at least finished its entrance into the atmosphere. And that is something that you don't see all the time. These tails are lingering, plus the trajectory of some of these leads everyone to believe that this was in fact a meteorite. This one here giving the brightest flash we could see, but take a look at how long that tail lasts in the sky. And
of course, it's a contrail.
The meteor was itself, and then it slowly fades away. This one here being detected by a doorbell cam. It kind of happens quick. It didn't catch all of it, but take a look at that. Again, you see that tail lingering in the sky. Now, believe it or not, this video was actually submitted as that event. This was part of those 900 plus people that saw it, but clearly a much different signature. This thing almost looks like just a simple ball of light streaking across the sky.
Looks like an airplane.
Tail. So I'm wondering whether or not
it's
American
blinking.
Meteor Society may have added that video on accident, but it's just odd to see that video without any sort of tail, while each other video clearly shows the bright flash with the tail following
that
behind,
looked like an
and
airplane.
then the tail lingering on. Some of the evidence determining whether
doesn't this look like an airplane?
American Meteor Society may have added
not
that
there,
video
but the flashing part. See it in the back?
Saw it, but look at that again. You see that tail lingering in the sky. Now, believe it or not,
on the
this
right
video
side
was actually submitted as that event. This
There's
was part
flashing.
Of those 900
That's got to be an
that
accident.
saw it, but clearly a much different signature. This thing almost looks like just a simple ball of light streaking across the sky without a tail. So I'm wondering whether or not American Meteor Society may have added that video on accident, but it's trajectory, and you could see that in these two clips here, which basically looks like it's shooting straight towards the ground. I know sometimes that could be some sort of
that's kind of what I saw on Thanksgiving. The one, it looked just like this last one, really. The one before that, it happened so fast.
Two clips
like
here, which basically looks like it's shooting straight towards the ground. I know sometimes that could be some sort of an illusion if it's shooting across the sky and away from our view. But again, it's already being said to people in the public to look out for a meteorite within that area. As I said, like the Pennsylvania/Maryland states. Now, at this point, it is absolutely no secret that the uptick in meteor sightings, the sonic booms, and now meteorites in the upper northeast specifically and western parts of Canada is on a clear uprise. These things have been making mainstream news, and there was even this story about the possibility of a meteor landing on a guy's house, eventually burning it to the ground, with neighbor witnesses claiming they saw this take place. But the main point here is seeing nearly 1,000 people on just one website alone reporting this meteor means that it was something spectacular, and obviously large enough for that many people in such a broad area to see it. Now, are these meteors coming from asteroids? We did a video a while back about an addition of 13 brand new asteroids, which are called NEOs, near-Earth objects, that are expected to pass Earth in just the next couple months. Some of them only with a day warning, with the reasoning being that they're coming from the direction of the sun and they are blinded out by even the most advanced technology, which is meant to spot these things. So once again, my friends, we have yet another
amazing report from Into Thin Air. Thank you very much. And I'll put the link to that video in the show description immediately following the conclusion of tonight's live stream. So you guys can check it out, watch it at your own leisure. I like those reports from Into Thin Air. And if anybody else has a channel where you're reporting on strange weather phenomena, UFOs, or the paranormal, spiritual, anything poltergeistal. Let's make a new word for poltergeistal. Poltergeist. It was like in a poltergeistal region. You know how they changed tornadoes to tornadic? It's no longer tornado activity. It's tornadic activity. Good Lord. So we're now going to have spiritual... Anyway, if you have any reports, you ever make videos, you have something like what Into Thin Air does, let me or Third Phase of Moon know, and we will take a look and maybe use it on the show and help promote each other. It's all about collaboration, right, Carnundrum? Carnundrum! That's right, guys. Yep. So we're in Tuesday already. Now, if I were you, like 80% of the people here are men. 85%. Guys, do your Christmas shopping. Start now. If you got 5 people to get for, you got 2.5 weekends to go. You know, you can get out on a Saturday, this Saturday. You know, you can miss this week of college football. You already know all the standings. I know it's close, but just go out for an hour or two, buy half the family their gifts, and do next half of the family next weekend. Or you just bang it all out on one Saturday. Get it over with. But don't be left going the day before, Rich. What? I never go the day before. You do it every year. I do? With the spirit of videos in my mind right now, let's take a quick look before we get into the pyramid beneath Alaska. Let's take a look at some interesting videos. This one comes from Slapped Ham and Cheese, and this is a very good one. I don't understand what's going on. I don't like it. I need to understand why this is happening.
This next one is a strange little bit of highway security footage captured in Indonesia. As drivers make their way along the road, something odd starts to happen. Watch.
Come on!
Several road barriers begin to move, seemingly all on their own.
You know, I was
Some
thinking...
viewers thought they were simply moved by the wind, but it's important to note that these roadside barriers often weigh close to 900 pounds, meaning a serious gale would have to be blowing to
That
move
does
them.
not weigh 900
Strangely,
pounds!
only 2 of them move as well, while another stays in its place.
Oh wow, look at that, way up there too. See, that's bizarre.
To add to the mystery, there are rumors that this stretch of road is haunted. Some motorists have reported strange-looking
I don't care about that.
meaning a serious gale.
You know, so I was thinking, there's no way those are 900 pounds. Of course, he's got to sell it, right? So I'm thinking, well, maybe somebody had a string, and, you know, these aren't that heavy. They may weigh 15 pounds max, right? There's a handle at the top, and they open up and spread out at the bottom like 2 little legs. I thought somebody may have been pulling it. But when I saw the one down here get into the road, well, that changes the game right there.
Gale would have to be blowing to move them. Strangely,
you know what I mean?
Only 2 of them move as well.
That's
while
really
another
weird.
Stays in its place.
It really is. I like that one. I don't care. I do. I like that one a lot. I think it's a good one. All right, let's see what's next.
Weeks ago, we featured this eerie clip from TikToker Martina Manar.
Oh, we didn't see this. A car drove by. Another car. Wow. Whoa.
Well, it seems this alleged haunting is a little deeper and darker than we first thought. Manar lives with her family in Dubai. For some months now, she's thought a very dark energy.
All right, you guys think she's faking this? If you think she's faking, watch the video and then vote accordingly throughout. If you think she's faking, put a number 1, number 2. No, number 1 is faking, 2 is truthful. We'll do numbers.
Has taken up residence
or thumbs
in their
up, thumbs
home.
down.
Disembodied screams, moving objects, and shadowy figures are just a few of the chilling details.
Yeah, hold on, Tommy. Right? They all look fake. But I'm telling you, I've seen things move, and it does look freaking weird. It looks like wind is always blowing. When I saw my dog's bowl move, and I have that on video, which I posted, that thing moved 6 inches. I didn't even notice it because I was blowing vape, and it went underneath the cloud, and you can see it move. And that freaked me out when I saw it on camera. Right before I had to go live on air, I couldn't believe it. But it looks fake. Everything looks fake because most of the time it is fake. But I don't... Now, let's give this person a chance. I haven't watched this. But I'm just curious because she doesn't look like somebody who just said... And her kid couldn't act that good. You know kids that age, they don't act. They think they are, but they suck at it. All right.
That make up the Manar family haunting.
The
events started getting so frequent that Manar started to document as much as she could to try and prove to the outside world that something paranormal was indeed happening. In this first one, Manar is filming a cute family update for her husband. Watch what happens.
Oh my God, that's bad. No, it's okay.
Come on.
It's okay, I could ignore it. No, it's alright. Don't be scared, I said. No need to be scared.
Wow.
Out of nowhere, the curtains fall down and the wardrobe door flings open.
Come on. They're not faking that. You could tell.
The family leaves the room in a panic.
Not really panicking, but...
Now here's some security footage that's picked up on some more strange activity.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Oh my God,
okay, guys. That's unbelievable to me.
In another clip, Bernard shows the wardrobe again. This time, the door appears to be opening and closing, all on its own.
Look at the door. It's gonna be crazy.
How are they faking it, though?
Oh no.
As if all this activity wasn't
enough.
enough,
Some things I can...
security camera.
Some things I understand can be faked, but I'm not seeing the manipulation. They're doing that as it's happening, right? It's not edited for us. I mean, they're sitting there. The kids are around. The kid got pulled backwards on his chair moments earlier. And exactly, Lady M. Of course it looks unnatural because it is. It is. I believe this is real. Yeah, I do. Look, 2 years ago, I would have said everything's faked or people are faking it until it happens to you. That's all I can say, man.
Catches this.
What is this?
Look at that. Come on. I know somebody could be outside, but watch. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, it's pulling on her. Oh my God.
Watching that again, the door begins
Come on,
to bang.
that's freaking messed up.
A few seconds
this is
later,
real.
The chair slides across the room.
I'm sorry, I'm sticking to
and
it.
It looks like something grabs
Watch.
Minar's top and starts pulling at it.
Oh, her reaction is so freaking awesome. Oh, I got goosebumps.
Could this family really be haunted?
I gotta go
Some
back.
viewers think the footage is a little over the top.
It is over the top. Watch. It's pulling on her. I mean, it really is. It's pulling on her. You saw it. Look, and it's still pulling on her. Trying to see if there's a string. I'm not sure if... But, you know, with all the movement and her twisting and turning and... Look at her face. I mean, I'm telling you, it is over the top, but it sure as hell looks real. There's a mask? I don't know what that means.
Watching that again, the door begins to bang. A few seconds later, the chair slides across the room. Then it looks like something grabs Minar's top and starts pulling at it.
Look at the way she's just swinging at it. That is unreal, and it didn't move it.
So could this family really
If there
be
was a
haunted?
string there, she would have hit
think
it.
The footage is a little over the top.
When she was swinging, if there was a string there, she would have hit it with her hand. And it never does. It never goes down. And then when she gets, like, let's say the string's over here, when she gets around the chair, it's not pulling on the chair, the string. You don't, to edit that and to take it out with masking and covering it up, you would be a You would spend a lot of hours doing this. Watch. She goes around the chair. The string would pull on the chair. Look how tight it is on her. That's real. I'm
Watching
sorry.
that again,
I don't care what anybody says. Jello Putin.
A few seconds later, the
ever since you got here, you've been negative. Why don't you just go somewhere else if it's dumb? Nobody asked you to come here. I mean, am I right? I'm getting a message. Yeah, got it. I got it. All right, so that's interesting. Let me see. I got to see something here that just happened. Ah, frig. Shit. All right. Let's see. No, I don't have any. No messages yet. Except for Cash App from Shellshock. She just sent $5 to us. That's right. I mentioned you can support the show. Yeah. I can't remember 45 minutes ago. Thank you, Shellshock, for the $5 Cash App. Mucho gusto generoso. Thank you very much. Yeah, Shellshock, I appreciate it. I'm just thinking about, we always focus on the one negative person, right? But those are the people that just need a little education on what's going on in reality. Everybody knows there's fakes out there, all right? Especially me. But this just happens to be one of those times where I think it's real. Sorry. I think it's real. Jim Davidson throwing down a $2 support. Sorry, Coral. Sorry again. That was so funny. Jim, $2 support the show. Thank you, Jim. You are a continuing supporter of Goof On, always supporting the show. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. The Gore Dog, 13. The Gore Dog, 13, $2. Keep up the good work! Exclamation point times 6. Sex? Did I say sex? Sounded like it. Thank you very much. That too. 6. Thank you. You know, if you were a deaf person and you read lips, if you said to a girl who was deaf, so I'll see you at sex, she might think you said sex. 6 is good. Remember Seinfeld when they did that? And he was dating the deaf, the ball girl for the tennis. She was a linesman. And he said, so I'll pick you up at 6. And she goes, and he goes, 6 is good. And she thought he was saying sex. 6, sex. You might get that mixed up. Gordog13, don't know why I got into that, but thank you for the support. And that is your first super chat to Goof On, I believe. Yes, it is. Thank you, the Gordog13, for the $2 Keep Up the Good Work super chat, and Gush! All over those who don't do good work, yeah. Good one. Good. Aw, you guys are... Coral, I'm sorry. I won't press any more buttons. Tommy G throwing down a $5 super chat. We round them up here. These encounters are real. I have a friend. Well, that's great. Oh, there's more. I have a friend who has her kitchen faucet, yes, turn on by itself. Is it the twisty or the lifty? Because those lifties sometimes get back pressure and they lifty by themselves. Is it a twisty? You'll say twisty now. I hope it's a twisty. Well, I tell you a quick story. I was dating twins. Well, one of these twins, Christy and her sister, I think her name was Christy and Kathy. I don't know, something like that. But I was dating Christy. And my friend was dating the other twin sister. And we were going to go over and to their house and watch movies. And I go through the entrance, which was through the laundry room, garage, and then the kitchen. And they're standing in the kitchen. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, Susie's here. And I'm like, who's Susie? And she's like, that's our sister. She committed suicide. Well, we think she accidentally OD'd, committed suicide type of thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. What do you mean? She's here. And then the faucet turned on the sink. And Ken, who was there, jumps back and he's like, see, dude, she's here. And I'm like, bullshit. And as I'm saying bullshit, the dryer door, which you pull it and it goes down, it opened and closed twice. It opened, boom, closed, boom, boom. And I saw it and I couldn't believe what I saw. And I just got goosebumps talking about it. And the girls are sitting there going, happens every day. I swear, when I was in bed with Christy, that somebody spanked my ass and it wasn't her. Seriously. All right. It's not true, but I wish it was. But yeah, then that night when we were watching the movie, we were watching Beverly Hills Cop, I believe it was. We rented it. And all of a sudden there was a crash in behind us, which was a long hallway where the bathroom was. And the girls look at each other and they go, pfft, and I go, what? And they go, it's Susie. And I go, what'd she do? They go look. And I'm not going to look, but I did. I got up and they go, oh, stop being a pussy. So I get up and I go down the hallway and I'm going very slowly and I turn on the light in the hallway and I see the bed. It's the first door on the right. I go, I'm there already. And I turn on the light and everything that was in the medicine cabinet was in the sink. Everything, including the shelves. And those shelves you have to pull out. And they're on, if you ever pull down, you can adjust the shelves on a vanity mirror, or what do they call it? Medicine mirror, whatever it is. Medicine cabinet. Everything was in there. The makeup, all their pills, and all their stuff. And they said she does that when she's mad, especially when guys are over that she doesn't like. I go, how many guys are coming over here? You know? I'm like, that she has to get that mad? And then ever since that night, nothing ever happened again. Yeah. I went over there still. Yeah, of course. Well, they had the house. I mean, I'm only 23 years old. But that I wish I was smart enough back then, instead of just thinking about getting laid. I wish I would have investigated. I know where the house is in Arizona. I know it's haunted. Man, that was weird. That was fun. Seeing that dryer door open and close twice, and it was loud. Like she slammed it loud, and it, like the first slam, you look over there and you see it do it again, and you're like, whoa, man, that was so bizarre. So the stuff is real. Tommy G, thank you for the $5 and creating that story in my mind. I think I told that once before. Thanks, Tommy, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Appreciate it. Good stuff. Yeah, I am telling you. Heather Birdie. Yay. Heather Birdie, a continuing supporter of Goof On with a $2 UFO money. Thank you very much, Miss Birdie. Is it Mrs.? I think no, it's Miss Birdie. Yeah, Miss Birdie. Thank you, Heather. I'll just say Heather Birdie. Thank you, Heather Birdie. Mucho gusto generoso. Yeah, so I know a lot of people see videos like the one I just showed. But I believe that one. And with that being said, I also believe What? Whoa, hold on. Oh, no. Whoa. Okay, we're going to the next subject. Okay. Man. They didn't have to suck us in like that. I guess it's time to go to the next subject. Tom DeLonge throwing down the verbiage. We already did that one. Oh, God. Thank God we did. We did, right? Okay. Is that another one? It has to be. How did the chat room stop moving? It is another one. I know. I saw your Facebook profile yesterday. I was looking. Just curious. St. Augustine. It's going to be fantastic. I'll get the date. I'll let you know. Thank you, Heather Birdie, another $2. The I'm single. And you know what? Because you put that down there, let's give you one of these. Huh? You're single, huh? Hey, okay. All right, shh. That's what George Washington was saying. Not me. All right. Tom DeLonge, man. You know, once or twice a year, he comes up with something and you're like, what? Or, what? You know, with his hoaxes, you know, showing us CGI videos. Oh, no, it's real. Oh, no, this is real, Joe Rogan. Remember that? Showing that CGI TR3B. That was amazing. Tom DeLonge almost single-handedly destroyed TTSA with that interview. Yeah, it's a true story. No, it is. It's true. I'm looking for something here. Hold on. Oh, Nathan. And Nathan bought me a coffee, a Nose, N-O-Z, the super power drink. With a nice message. Friends forever. See? Thank you, Nathan. Nathan Allen. That was yesterday. It was after... it was in the morning, actually. 8 a.m. almost. Thank you for that. Nathan, I see. I appreciate. Thank you. If you're still here. Tom DeLonge, man. You know, just like Jeremy Corbell, they have to keep themselves relevant by saying silly stuff. And to them, it's not silly. So then, what does that make it? Scary. Because you're like, why would a person like this put their entire reputation on the line for something that sounds ludicrous or is ludicrous? Because they really believe it. That's why. They really believe it. I'm going to pull it up here. Tom DeLonge. Did you see? Now, unfortunately, my old Twitter account it's gone. So I can't get a blue check mark now with the new channel or Twitter thing. But did you see a lot of these Twitterites are getting the blue check mark? They all complained about paying the $8, but then they went ahead and did it because it makes them look important. I love it. I would have gotten it too. Yeah, but not for the same reasons. Yeah, I love it. I love these people on that side of ufology. And you know what? Keep doing what you guys do. Thank you for being you. You show us who you are every single move you make. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alien bless. Yep, alien bless. I am looking for that tweet from DeLonge. And I am wondering why I can't find it. How's that possible? Was it a tweet? I could have sworn it was. Well, he did say that. I didn't just get that out of my ass, that quote. He said it. All right, give me a second because I thought this was going to be super easy. So let me take a look. What am I doing wrong? Tweet from Tom. Oh, I'm on the wrong email. Tweet from Tom DeLonge. Let's see. I don't think it was from Tom DeLonge. I think it was a tweet from someone else showing what Tom DeLonge just said. That's what it was. I think I'm getting close to where it should be. Huh. See, that's weird, isn't it? And that thumbnail that I have that's behind me is from the video it's from. So while I'm going to find that in my history real quick, I'm going to play this video about Ari Shaffir, a comedian who took, I think it's called Salvia. I think it's like a DMT type of thing. And he says he lived in an underwater colony for 6 months. It put him into a state of depression when he got out of that reality. He wanted to go back. He hated coming back to this world. And he felt like he was there for 6 months with family and friends and work and life underwater. Wait until you hear the story. Days of the Unknown throws down a Canadian $5 saying, "Thanks for keeping it real." I'm trying. Yeah, you're welcome. What is real when it comes down to it, right? Days of the Unknown. Real is all experience and your perception and your beliefs and your education and how smart you are and your critical thinking, right? All that stuff put together. And we can only go by what Occam's razor is really all about. The most obvious answer is most likely the truthful one, or the most logical answer, however you want to word that. But thank you, Days of the Unknown. That's your first super chat to goof on. Thank you, Days of the Unknown, for the Canadian $5. Thanks for keeping it real, Rich. And guys, all over those who don't keep it real, you know who you are. No, I don't think they do. I don't think they do, but thank you, Days of the Unknown. Mucho gusto, generoso. All right, let's play this clip. And I believe there's another super chat roaming in the alleys. We'll get to that. Danny Orth! I was trying to hint towards you, Coral. I was trying to hint after the video. Thank you, Danny Orth, for the $10. That is a super dono. A dono means there's no emoji sticker, there's no comment, it's just pure love. And thank you. Danny, I'm not sure if that's your first one, but it feels like it might be your first super chat here. It's a shorter one, but thank you very much for supporting Goof On. Mucho gusto generoso, Danny Ortho. I know it's not ortho, it's orth, but with the rhyme, I had to do it my way. Thank you very much for your support, folks. You have no idea how much it helps. Maybe you do. I don't know. Here we go.
And when you smoked salvia on a podcast and had a 4-month life.
On Tripoli's podcast. Tripoli's podcast.
Tell that story.
Uncomfortable thing I've ever
it's
seen
one
in
of
my
the
life.
craziest videos you could watch.
They made Red Band and Tripoli's podcast. I think. Remember, they were like, do salvia. So I took a big hit, and they were like, that's not big enough. And I was on the brink of disappearing. And then I took a way bigger hit, and I was just gone. Completely gone. I was living under the sea for, I think, around 6 months.
What?
Yeah. I made friends. I had a girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure. I had a life down there.
Months down there?
Months and months.
I saw
became
this.
part of their society.
This doesn't look fun.
When you went there the first time, do you remember?
Oh my God.
Were you always there? Like when you went there the first time, it's like you had always been there.
This is like who I am now.
That looks terrible.
This is the reason I've never tried salvia.
It
I
looks
watched
worse than
this
it
and
is.
it's
What if there really are?
no. It does not look worse than it is.
It was, dude. It was an amazing time.
What if consciousness and what if your soul, whatever the fuck that is, really does travel through different dimensions and you can really access them?
This
and
is like
have
coming
that.
back from space, where you're like, oh, I don't know how to use my legs.
Good Lord. Can you imagine? We'll have to play that video someday just to see how he was acting. For such a short amount of time, you're in that trance-like state from the drug. He lived 6 months, integrated into society, lived a whole life. It's almost as if he transitioned out of this reality because of whatever changes that took place in his body. Chemical, we know. But what triggered him going into a reality where he felt it was him? To me, that is an experience I want to have. I would do anything for that. The only thing that comes close to that is dreaming. And nothing else. I can't think of anything else. Even my imagination doesn't compare to what my dreams give me. Because when you're dreaming, my perception when I dream is that it's real. I'm not dreaming in black and white. I'm not dreaming in fragments. I'm dreaming as if this is happening in my dreams. You know, I can't tell the difference between the reality of my dreams. I lucid dream every time I sleep. Well, every time I remember the dream. And there are some dreams I don't, remember. I got fragments, but my memory is of like watching a movie, the memory of chased by a car or jumping onto a helicopter or doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Maybe there is a passage, and Salvia could be one of those ways to get to the other life. What is really weird about that? So Ari Shafir went into this lifetime. When he left, when he went to that timeline, did that person that he took over change at all? Like, were people saying, oh, you're more open than you usually are, or you're more chatty? Was it more of Ari Shafir's personality being ingested into this other personality? Or did he just, because it's so vast and there's so many realities, it's almost an infinite number, it probably is, that every time you go somewhere, it really is you, but just another version of you. So the personality's the same, the decision making's the same, your mannerisms are the same, because the realities aren't really that much different. But to take over someone else's life, have a girlfriend or a wife you never knew or never remembered marrying, you just know that you're together, kids, family, friends, a job, I want that. That sounds way more fun than Tom DeLonge's pyramid beneath Antarctica. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm looking for the video right now. Hold on. What an amazing experience that must have been for Ari. Hold on, I'm in my history now. Let's see. Nope, I don't want that. Here we go. So it's got to be in yesterday's. Here we go. Yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. I know you really love me. I know you don't want me. I know you need me. Where is it? Find it. It's amazing that all of my videos that I watched are right here. The memory of the internet is amazing. I'm just surprised I can't find this video. Oh, hold on. Huh? No. Okay, it should be right here. That is freaky footage. Those are scary. Nope. It should be right here and it's not. Oh, maybe it's a short. Maybe it was a short. That's what it is. It was a short. Here we go. I think I'm getting there. See, and I know I sent it to me, but why it's not in my email, I don't understand. So, I look at a lot of those videos, a lot of shorts every day, and I don't see it. This is bizarre. Well, I know I watched it. That's why we're talking about it, because I watched the video. You know? And now I don't see it. Oh, you son of a motherless. So now I'm going to try one more place. All right? It's got to be here. And if it's not here, well, I'd be surprised. I think I'm getting there. I see. I remember watching these. Yeah, I remember you. No. Yeah, I remember you. And that. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, yes, she's hot. All right. I'm done. I don't know where it is. That is so weird. I'm going to look one more place where I think Jeremy, frickin', what's his name? Tom DeLonge. Okay, here we go. All right, watch this while I take a look. I got another good video for you to watch. This is really interesting. You're going to love this one. I know you will. I know you will. Watch this. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson. Anytime somebody says something about more sand, there's not, well, you'll see. Grains of sand times 10, something like that.
More molecules of water in this bottle than there are bottles of water, this volume of water in all the world's oceans. You scoop a cup of water out of there. I don't even care if you filter it. The H2O is still there. That is water that has passed through the kidneys of Abraham Lincoln, Genghis Khan, Joan of Arc, Socrates,
Plato.
No. There are more molecules of water in this bottle than there are bottles of water, this volume of water in all the world's oceans. You scoop a cup of water out of there. I don't even care if you filter it. The H2O is still there. That is water that has passed through the kidneys of Abraham Lincoln, Genghis Khan, Joan of Arc, Socrates,
Plato.
No. There are more
Plato. No. That was a great, quick answer. Plato. No. All right, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Tom DeLonge is Tom DeLonge. Let's just move on. I've got other things we could talk about. What else am I going to say about what Tom DeLonge said? That's all he said. What else am I supposed to say? Are there things in Antarctica? Yeah. Are there things in Alaska? Probably. It's an icy region. I would imagine ice accumulated over a bunch of stuff. But is God good? Is he an all-loving being? Neil deGrasse Tyson says no.
Creator?
Yeah, so I'm. The more I look at the universe, just the less convinced I am that there is something benevolent going on. So if your concept of a creator is someone who's all powerful and all good, that's not an uncommon pairing of powers that you might ascribe to a creator. All powerful and all good. And I look at disasters that afflict Earth and life on Earth. Volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, disease, pestilence, congenital birth defects. You look at this list of ways that life is made miserable on Earth by natural causes. And I just ask, how do you deal with that? So philosophers rose up and said, if there is a God, God is either not all powerful or not all good.
Do you believe in God?
Wow. I love that. Right? I love that. Well, I don't want to confuse people. So let's do something here real quick. There we go. All right. Had to get something that matched with the hat. Do you remember about a month ago, and nobody sent it to me, but Ross Coulthart had that metal ball, remember, from that guy named James or whatever his name is? And the ball was supposedly a alien, and then they were going to have it checked out, and Gary Nolan was going to take a look at it. Whatever happened to that? Did they ever come to a conclusion? Did they ever have the video about that? Because I can't find it. Where Gary Nolan was supposed to do a test on the ball and get some metal shavings and give us an answer on what it is. And I've never seen it. And I'm on their channel where they do the show, and it's not, I don't see it. You know? I don't even see the metal ball episode. It's not even here. Why? Oh, I tell you why. Because it's bullshit. That's why. Because the whole thing was bullshit. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Everything they do. So you can now, you cannot trust. Oh, Nolan said he isn't going to test it yet? Okay. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you. And you know why. How hard would it be to get somebody to test that? Now, I would get an unbiased person. I wouldn't have Gary P. Nolan, and the P isn't for professor. I wouldn't have him. I wouldn't trust him. How much do you want to bet it's going to come back as something from out of this world, when we all know it's just ball bearings for big machinery, something like that? It's man-made. Here it says, Turd Ferguson says, referring to Nolan's recent interview when he declares Ross innocent and anyone who thinks he had a hand in the headlines. I guess there was a problem with the headlines of the ball findings. It says, according to Gary Nolan, Ross Coulthart had no say in the headline of what the metal ball findings were. Just because he produced the entire story doesn't mean he had any say in a catchy headline. What? So how much you want to bet he had something to do with that headline? You think Ross Coulthart, a real investigative journalist, is going to put his reputation on the line and leave it in the hands of some intern? Somebody who's just helping out? Bullshit. Ross Coulthart knows what he's doing. That's why he's on YouTube doing it all. You mean to tell me somebody's creating all these headlines and doing all the work for him? Doesn't he? Okay, let's say that's true. Do you mean to tell me Ross Coulthart, the investigative journalist, isn't going back and looking at all of that editing to see what he wants in the show and what he doesn't want in it? Huh? No. I'm not buying it. Ross Coulthart is responsible for every single thing. End of story. Anything he's producing, even if he's not producing the headlines or the title, he is, because it's in his name. So, sorry, but not sorry. I want to play a video real quick, just like a minute, and it's from Dark Sky Files. You know, the channel's been reinstituted. Is that it? Is it reinstated or made again? And there's some really good videos, and I wanted to play something that is really important to ufology. It's historic, and we'll do that here right after Don Mofo throwing down a $3 super chat, which is a super dono, Mofo, because I don't know much, but I know I love you. Thank you, Don Mofo. One of the best names in the history of the internet, in my opinion. Mucho gusto, Generoso, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Glad you guys can hang out for a little bit tonight. You know, schedule's been a little weird, sleeping odd hours and being late or not doing the show. I think I've gotten back on track, so we'll be good for another day or two. We'll be good for another day or two. All right. Thanks, Don Mofo. Here's the video in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, go. Nice.
What is?
This is history.
Un punto.
Puto? Did he say a puto? Puto 5.
Comandante, ¿qué es eso? A ver, busquen eso que viene atrás de nosotros.
On March 5th, 2004, a Mexican military plane flying over the area of Campeche realized it was being followed by a group of unidentified flying objects.
March 5th, 2004 is one of the most infamous days in UFO history. That's the day you see the video behind me, or next to me here, where the Mexican military got FLIR cameras for their airplanes, and they decided to run their normal route along the drug line and look for drug smuggling airplane people and people in boats and whatnot. And they wound up seeing these objects in the sky. I think there was a total of 19 that they counted, and it really changed a lot of things for ufology for a few years with that video. People were really starting to believe that we're being visited. And then people tried debunking it, saying it was oil wells. You know, these are in the ocean and they're looking for oil, and that's just a refinery, you know, and it's the hot gases, or they're on fire, whatever it is. Let's take a little longer look. Are they looking over 100 miles down at the ocean, or is that level with the sky? You tell me.
Ahí van más. Van más, siguen más atrás. Abajo o arriba o arriba. En medio, ahí van a ir 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They are below us, behind us, and above us. Doesn't sound like an oil well refinery thingy to me. Pretty freaking awesome. But, the year 2004, same year as class, the Nimitz. That's right. Very good. Very good. And it's the same year that I captured a UFO fleet over Arizona on December 12th, 2004, almost 4 weeks after the Nimitz. And, of course, the first UFO fleet ever captured in the United States. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It was a really good one, too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8, 9, 10. There's like a whole shitload of them. Cabron.
The most interesting thing is that the objects appear in the infrared camera of the plane, but were not visible to the naked eye.
Nunca pudimos identificarlo visualmente, a simple vista nunca.
Had the camera not been operating at that time, the crew would have never known they had company.
Bueno, dije, no es normal, no es normal. Pero el icono aparecía ahí, estaba en el radar y ahí estaba.
The sudden changes in speed indicated that these flying objects used a far more advanced technology than ours.
Las ciudades podían estar, no sé, de 60 nudos, incrementarse a 120 o a 220 o 300 nudos. Cosa que pues jamás había visto, ¿no?
I bet you never heard that part before. A lot of people don't remember that. Conveniently, the debunkers leave out that important part. The testimony of the witnesses. They said the objects were speeding up and slowing down. It was almost like they were showing off. From 60 knots to 300 to 200. But balloons, you know, they don't do that. But oil refineries, yeah, those are on the ocean going 300 knots. Yeah, they're really amazingly fast, those refineries. It's an amazing sighting. But you got to hear some of the debunkers. Got to hear it.
Allegations that UFOs have interfered with missiles at U.S. Air Force
Oh, this is good
In
too.
July 2008, some former military officials have revealed that these unidentified flying objects have repeatedly managed to neutralize.
Look at every one of these people look miserable. How miserable? Did they just get back from the Apollo mission? Why do they look so miserable? This guy looks like he just dropped a load.
Revealed that these unidentified flying objects.
This guy's
have
taking a
repeatedly
dump.
Managed to neutralize
That
the
guy's smelling it. All right, he's not the bad guy here, but anyway.
defense system of the United States.
And that guy, he's dead.
In 5 different states, they also
He is.
claim a cover-up.
There are hundreds of declassified documents which indicate that UFOs
Bob
have
Hastings.
demonstrated a
Bobby.
distinct and ongoing interest in our nuclear weapons
Baba.
sites. This
Yo,
is
Bob.
very widespread. What you're seeing here this evening is the tip of the iceberg.
And as I watched, the warhead...
In 1964, Lieutenant Robert Jacobs was a U.S. Army cameraman based in Vandenberg, California. While
Bob
filming a
Jacobs.
missile test, he saw a flying object enter the frame.
The men in black came after him. They got that video from him.
The speed of the object, over 8,000 miles an hour, and its capability of changing direction in a matter of seconds brought the military to conclude it was not of terrestrial origin.
Why does that object have to be a UFO? What if it was back-engineered military craft and they wanted to see if they could shoot down the missile with their material that came out of the disc-shaped object? Maybe they weren't men in black. Maybe they were just men who wore black, right? And they wanted the video because that shows technology that we might have had 50 years ago, 40 years ago. Highly unlikely. It was a UFO. Jacobs could have died.
Seeing the footage,
there's a whole movie about
Jacobs'
it.
superiors confiscated it and gave it to the CIA. Jacobs was forbidden from mentioning in public what had happened.
I said, we got a UFO. And he said, Lieutenant, you are never to speak of this again. As far as you're concerned, this didn't happen.
So what? So you got a secret. How cool would that be? Big deal. So what? You know something the rest of the world doesn't know, except for maybe 4 or 5 people. Congratulations. You're now special. And you can be a patriot. But he isn't. He had to come out and tell the truth. I don't like that. I wouldn't have liked it if Lou Elizondo went off, broke his NDA. I wouldn't have liked it. No, I think these secrets have to be kept. And I understand it. I don't like it, but I understand it. If China or Russia knew that we had alien technology that were turning into weapons, they would do anything they could to get that information for themselves to rule the world evil, like an evil empire. I know we're evil too, but for the greater good. Everybody has their own idea of what they want the world to be. That's why we're on different continents. See, the problem is they have some things we need and we have some things they need, but they have more stuff that we need than they need from us. We need those computer chips. That's the main thing. Computer chips. Brett S. throwing down another $10. A continuing supporter of Goof On is what I'm trying to say. Thanks for all the laughs. Huh? What's so funny? What's so funny? Stop it. Brett, I'm glad. I don't know what. All right. Well, I'm glad you're happy. I'm trying to think what I said that was funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was funny. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're welcome. Yeah. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks, Brett S., a continuing supporter of Goof On. Hey, Miss DJ's here. Told you. You guys owe me. Told you she'd be here. Everybody said you wouldn't be here. No, they did. Nobody said that. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Joking. Good to see you. And, this poor bastard.
Jacob's testimony is confirmed by Ross Didriksons, who at the time was an Air Force colonel.
They actually photographed the UFO following the missile as it climbed into space and shining a beam on it, which neutralized the missile. And this was recorded. It was all hushed up.
In 1967, Robert Salas was in charge of the nuclear launching pads in the military base of Maelstrom in Montana. It was the peak of the Cold War, and nuclear missiles were kept constantly on the ready in case of a nuclear attack.
Yeah.
While Salas was in the underground control booth, he was informed that a strange flying object had suddenly appeared in the sky and was now stationed above the gates of the facility.
He wants to know what to do. I tell him to secure the facility. We hang up. I go to tell my commanders. So within seconds, my missiles start shutting down. I recall losing all 10 of them.
Don't you think that, I know what you're going to say, that each missile has its own security? Like, you couldn't just launch them all at once. They have to go in some sort of sequence, right? Isn't that what it is? And that's what made this really unusual, is that the missiles were arming themselves when they shouldn't have been able to do it the way they were doing it. Can't remember what it was, but it made sense. And then they shut down. Like as it got to like 2 seconds of launch, then they shut down. So I always was under the assumption that it might have been people just not doing their jobs correctly. But then again, why would you risk a nuclear war for playing a game or making a mistake? They make it almost fail-safe for one human to go around. They make it that way. That's why you got to turn 2 keys. You can't reach the other side and turn it. You got to have somebody else turn the key. You know that one. And then they got the biometrics where they use your fingerprints and maybe your eyeballs. Right? Now they even have blood. Yeah, you put your finger on the thing, it's got a little thing and it hits you in your thing and then it bleeds the stuff. And then it tells the computer, this is Rich Gordon. It's Rich Giordano. I'm sorry. Richard Gordon. That's who I am. I'm Rich Gordon. Dickie G. Mick West was showing his true colors. Yep, you know Mick. Him and his cookies. Yeah, he made cookies and he showed the world. He said, I baked some alien-themed cookies with AI, but they came out kind of weird. Mick West posted on Twitter cookies we're now posting our baking know-how. Look, I'm Mick West. I can make cookies. I know. The alien theme, it was supposed to be funny because, Mick West, he's a debunker of aliens and UFOs. Or. So I said, looks like your brain. Nothing wrong with that. It did. All right, here's an interesting story. And I find this to be absolutely amazing if they could do it. They now have figured out a way to go faster in space. And yes, a crowd-funded initiative to intercept Oumuamua could be on the way. They have an ultra-safe nuclear interceptor. No, ultra-safe nuclear says interceptor could be the fastest human-made object ever made. And it will be able to catch up to Oumuamua or other fast-moving objects in space to perform observations. The spacecraft is powered by ultra-safe nuclear's radioisotope decay source called Ember Core. Let's listen to the video. They can't catch Oumuamua now. That thing is so far. All right, there's no sound. No sound. I don't hear any. Yeah, there's no sound. Yeah, they forgot the sound. Thank you. Appreciate that. Up to 20 times faster than chemical rockets, the Ember Core. Ember Core. Make the most of the dark. Oh, this is cool. Oh, you guys can't see this? See? Damn it! I'm all looking at this. Yeah, it started here. Electrical power for the fastest spacecraft. Ember Core can be paired with power conversion systems to act as a long-duration battery for missions needing long... I'm sorry, I'm exploding inside my body. When combined with electric propulsion technology, Ember Core-powered batteries can enable speeds of up to 20 times that of chemical rockets. Why Oumuamua? Well, with recent advances in observational capabilities, astronomers have just begun observing interstellar objects visiting our solar system. These fast-moving objects come from outside of our solar system. So far, just 2 such objects have been detected, Oumuamua and 21-Borisov. Oumuamua, discovered on October 19th, 27. Wait a second. That's only 10 days after GUFON started. Oh no, GUFON was 2019. Sorry. By Robert Work, is a particularly curiously object with an unnatural cylindrical or plate-like shape, an unusually reflective surface, and possessing strange orbital characteristics that do not have clear-cut explanations. What is it? Where does it come from? Was it made? I was told there is no way they can catch up to Oumuamua. No way. Not even with the cobble core. What is it called? Cobble core? Corp? Cannibal corpse? What is it? Hey, you know what time it is? It can't be. Is it? Hold on. Oh, it's not. Sorry, I thought it was time. All right, next we have... Oh, it is time. Are you kidding me? Come on, everybody. Gigi, this is for you. What are they? Why are they? What do they mean? Come on, everybody. What are they? What are they? Why are they? Why are they? What do they mean? What do they mean? What are they, everybody? One time. Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the field. Come on, everybody. Are they harbingers of world change? All right. Needed that. Needed a little uplift before the last few minutes of the show. Don't worry about it. Everybody's fine. It's okay. We're all right. All right. You okay? You all right? Eh? Don't worry about a thing. Everybody's looking at me, driving around in John Voight's car. Everybody's smiling at me, driving around in John Voight's car. Linda Moulton Howe, can I play this? I'm going to play something for you. I set this up a few days ago, and I just want you to hear Linda Moulton Howe tell this story. Seriously. Just listen.
This is kind of a stacked structure with interior lighting and massive polished granite laser cut hieroglyphs.
Black basalt.
Black basalt. So what is this structure? Could it be an active spaceport for numerous silver flying discs that Spartan 1 has also reported?
It wasn't Spartan 1 who reported the discs. I know it gets so complicated. 2015, I reported about a naval flight engineer who had been 20 years in the Navy. He spent 10 years in a big C-130 crew in Antarctica, and they would repeatedly see silver discs come up out of the Transantarctic Mountains and never cross the Beardmore Glacier, and they couldn't understand why. On another trip, at Pole, what they call at Pole, meaning the South Pole, 6 miles, was a huge, at least the size of a football field, diameter, round hole in the ice. It is associated with National Science Foundation missions and something weird happening with missing scientists. And in the mess hall, people would be talking, military, NASA, NSF, about the fact that there were aliens in an underground installation in Antarctica near that hole in that pole, and that we, humans, were periodically sending missions to go down to interact with whoever this alien presence. That was what's called Brian S. That's the first story. When I reported that is when I began getting of the whistleblowers. It was Brian S.
On the same mission?
About Antarctica, which leads me to Spartan 1.
And they were part of the same crew, you're saying, or separate crews that went to the same
Completely
area?
different. See, when you have a Navy crew, they're not SEALs. He was a flight engineer in the Navy, and they were running medevac and taking sciences. And in that period, which was it ended in 97, so 87 to 97, Brian S., who talked to me in 2015, was working for 10 years in Antarctica with a C-130 crew, and they flew everywhere. And when they began to notice these silver discs coming up from this particular place on the Transantarctic Mountains and never crossing the Beardmore Glacier, they talked. What is this? And if they tried to ask, they would be told to keep their mouth shut.
Doesn't it sound legit? Doesn't it? I love those stories from Linda Moulton Howe. I do. I really, really do. And I want to believe that these are real people with real stories. But there's something, that follows Linda Moulton Howe around, and that is she will do anything, say anything, as long as it sounds good enough to get by with making a story sound legit. That's what I think when I listen to Linda Moulton Howe stories. I am enthralled by that story of the Antarctica, Spartan 1 and Spartan 2. Love it. I just have a hard time believing it. But then when you hear the story, my God, it sounds amazingly real. So do your own research. I'm on the fence about it. I really don't know if I believe it, but I want to. That's all I can say about it. What else can I say? But I found the Tom DeLonge video while I was just sitting here. Can you believe that? I actually found it. I had it on my other timeline, and I'm like, oh, right, the other timeline. I'll put the link to that Third Phase of Moon interview with Paula Asteria on Third Phase of Moon in the description of the show right after. So you guys can listen to that. It's really good. But Tom DeLonge just made a big announcement and said there's a huge underground pyramid beneath Alaska, and I've got the video. Finally. See? Right there. Well, let's see what he says.
So what do you make of this interesting discovery? Did you think that a giant pyramid was discovered back in 1992? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the...
Oh, wait a second. I think I listened to it already.
I've tried to pass through reciting some of the details of the findings.
Hold on.
We're dealing with. Interviews he's come forward with many of us.
Here we go.
And in many of his interviews he's come forward and made some interesting announcements. With one of the most recent ones being that there's a large pyramid.
This is 3 days ago.
It was during an interview when he detailed some of the things that he knows about the mysterious Black Alaskan Pyramid. For those that aren't aware, allegedly scientists, geologists and army officials have discovered what appears to be a huge pyramid underneath Alaska, which is said to be around twice the size of the pyramid found at Giza.
Wait, they found it? Hold on.
Allegedly, scientists, geologists and army officials have discovered what appears to be a huge pyramid underneath Alaska.
Allegedly.
Which is said to be around twice the size of the pyramid found at Giza.
Oh, I remember this.
Around 1992.
I remember this.
Scientists working in the area said they detected a mysterious anomaly buried underground, which in turn led them to use seismic recording equipment in order to get a better understanding of what they were dealing with. It turns out that the equipment confirmed a large structure in the shape of a pyramid was directly below them. Tom said the following during an interview. Did you know there's a pyramid in Alaska? I can tell you some crazy stuff. There's a pyramid and it's underground and they've been studying it for decades. It's bigger than Giza. It's not that far from Valdez, I believe.
So they've been investigating and digging up and for decades? Don't you think that would be, like, it's not common knowledge, right? That if there was a pyramid twice the size of the one on Giza, that we would have some pictures of it and findings and things of that nature. Why isn't that out there? Right? So Tom DeLonge is probably making it up, but allegedly. But I found the video. That was it. I thought it was like an interview. I thought it was going to be an interview where we heard him say it, but I remember him saying it. I remember. It just clicked with me as I was watching this, and just for some reason my memory recalled, yeah, he's been saying that for a while. That there's pyramids all around the world and that there's a big one twice the size of the one in Giza underneath Alaska. But that should be common knowledge at this point. If they've been working at it and digging it up and researching it for decades? Come on, man. Are you telling me that Tom DeLonge knows something you and I don't know? No. He just, you know what Tom DeLonge does? He reads things from all these fringe authors and stuff like that. And, you know, like Eric Von Daniken does. And he takes that shit and he makes it into whatever he wants to, or he just goes right out and says what it is as it's real. Well, Nick Pope has had enough, apparently. Yeah, I should have put this in tonight's show. Nick Pope's 5-point plan to overthrow the government. The U.S. government, or any government, for that matter. It's real. No. It's a real thing. Well, the only reason he's saying it so we can get disclosure. Right? Here it is.
Decapitating the leadership of the United States. You take out the president, the cabinet, the joint chiefs, the Supreme Court, a large part of Congress. And, you know, if you take down a few of those critical hubs, the whole thing comes crashing down.
Told you. Told you. That's the plan. The Pope-sicle has got a plan. The Pope-sicle. Here's a really interesting, wow, I like this. I'm so glad I decided to go an extra, well, to do the full show tonight. I was only going to go an hour. But some of this stuff is like, it's very good to see. Well, Charlie Weiser is very good at figuring things out. Not 100% right, but none of us are. But Massimo posted this. And here it is. This optical phenomenon has been defined as a parhelion, but it should probably be defined more correctly as a subsun, because it appears as a glowing spot when observed from above. It's done with water droplets, I believe. Look at this. That's real. It's not CGI. So if this was put on third phase of moon, this would have been called CGI. You know that? But this is real. That's a real phenomena. Dun, dun. That describes... Oh, we figured it out then. Hold on. Then, you know where I'm going? Do you know what video I'm going to? It was about a year ago. I'm going to pull it up because the thumbnail shows it. And I believe, because this was captured and talked about in the news, about this weird object that just grew right in front of people. Remember that? Right on camera? And it kind of looked like the object I just showed you. Here it is. This is amazing. Hold on. So I have it. Here we go. in 10, 9, 8. Hold on. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. I just want to show you. You see this object? You see it, right? Hold on. Okay. So there you go. And most of the time you see that from above, right? Looking down. Now here's the other object that I think is the same thing that we couldn't figure out. But I'm not sure. You tell me. Here it is. This is not fake. This is real. Right? Almost the same kind of setup, the long cylindrical look. It's the same, but it's not. You know what I mean? I think that's what this is, though. It's an atmospherical...
We've received videos like this over the past.
It's weird. Just strange, though. A lot of strange stuff, man, that we just don't understand. That is natural phenomena. And the first one I showed you looked like it was CGI. To me, it did. It really did. Here's another video. Oh my God. Okay, we've got to talk real quick about this. Something's got to be done. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I just got to show you this. I want to see if you guys can figure out what this is. What's going on? Okay. This is a test. This is a test. All right? I'm conducting a test right now. I'm going to play a very short video, 20 seconds or less, maybe more. You tell me what you think this object is what's happening here. And ready? This one. Go.
Video footage sent in by Rachel from November 15th of 2022. Guys, I've got multiple folders of various videos of different things from all around the world of
what is going on here?
Various objects in the day and nighttime sky.
Can anybody tell me what's going on here in this video? What is this? Why does it look that way? Anyone? This is a test of your skills. No, not gypsies. Wrong-o, Denbub. Wrong. 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 Right. It's not. It's the sun in the fumes of the tower. It's, well, exactly, on a foggy day. See the tower here, guys, on the right? Watch. It's the heat coming out of it. That's why anytime you see something like this, look at the directional patterns of the wave going by. That's the sun, most likely sunrise or sunset. And you can see the heat even off the top of here, and it's wafting this way. And that's all it is, like watching the heat on the road. That's it. Good job, Greg O'Brien and anybody else. Very good. Very, very good. See? What do we do here at Goof On? We teach. We learn. I learn. You teach me stuff. I teach you. We all figure it out together if we don't know. Right? Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. Because we can't have people saying things like this. Now listen to what Mr. MBB
the world of various objects in the day and nighttime sky, and we're going to look at a few of them in this video, and these are quite interesting. Look at this one here, sent in by Rachel, of something in the early morning sky that appeared to have some sort of vapors or something coming off of it. Just an unusual object in the sky that compelled her to start recording it. It wasn't an airplane, wasn't a helicopter, certainly not a meteor because it's not moving very fast. It's just kind of drifting along in the early morning sky. But what was most bizarre was the very beginning of the video clip when it started. Right here is an enhanced version. See what looks like vapor or something coming off of this thing?
This can't happen. I mean, how embarrassed? How embarrassed would you be to get it that wrong? But guess what? He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He got over 200,000 subscribers in the last 15 months. Who cares? Say whatever you want to say. Nobody can prove me wrong. Well, we just did. How embarrassing is that? You're in the genre of strange anomalies and you can't even figure out the most obvious one? No wonder why he's got 500,000-600,000 subscribers. He's too stupid. That's what I need to do. I need to dummy down the show. Maybe we'll get more subscribers. Hey, by the way, this is a plasma ball. It's floating in the sky. And, man, what a great job he did analyzing this. Look at that. It's spinning. It's spinning in space. Oh, my God. What could I pause? That was a great video. Great video, man. They just don't make them like that no more. They don't make them. Oh, look at this one. Wow. Wow, man. I tell you, I don't know what that is. It's like a light.
Some sort of a mysterious white object. Almost looks like it's got a blue beam coming off the bottom of it. Some sort of a mysterious light in the nighttime sky. That's what compelled him to take the video, was its mysterious presentation.
Yeah. Don't show us. Don't show us anything in the background to give us a reference of what it might be. Just show us a super close up and never back out of the video. The guy never backs out once.
Is absolutely loaded with bizarre objects. This first one's a screen grab.
By the way, I've seen stars do this in video with certain cameras. It depends on the camera you have. It depends on the setting it's on. If he put that in a histogram setting with night vision and all sorts of shit, it could look like that. I'm telling you. All you gotta do is play with the features, the settings, the stuff.
This presentation. Video footage here sent in by Seth out of Maine, goes back to September the 9th of 2022, and this is really weird. Some sort of a craft in the daytime sky. Over here on the right's the original video. Over here, obviously, I zoomed in quite heavily.
Yeah, the one on the right. You mean it's cloaking? Oh, that's what it's doing. It's cloaking, and you can't see it with your right eye, but your left eye, you can see it. It's kind of an interesting kind of setup here they did. That's an amazing observation. Amazing. Brilliant. Unfortunately, the link to that show will also be in the show description. Show. What kind of show? No show. Show. What's this? What is this? What is this? Huh? All right. Let's not assume or leap to conclusions that these things are necessarily alien or anything like it, says Christopher Mellon. We just don't know. I mean, he said that. He said, I mean. I didn't say it. He said it. I mean, they could be Russia. They could be China. We got to keep an open mind. What? Christopher Mellon said this. And then he contradicts himself on another show 2 days later, saying that they most likely are alien. He says, let's not assume or leap to the conclusion as that these things are necessarily alien or anything like that. We just don't know. It could be Russia or China. 2 days later, he says most likely the perfect fit for this anomaly phenomena is aliens. Why anybody would trust Christopher Mellon is beyond me. The guy flip-flops like a fish out of the water. He's a liar. Just proved it by telling you. I mean, he did. He said it. It's all quoted. He lied, not me. He did. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Yeah, got a lot more stuff to go over, but, you know, we got tomorrow. That's that. Yeah, I want to thank the moderators and the super chatters for a beautiful evening. Way to really support GoofOn. I can't thank you enough. What? No PayPal? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. I do. Can you imagine? There's people out there that are very mean. Very, very mean to their people. I can't tell you how grateful I am that we get newcomers in here now more than ever. And the veterans, thank you for, setting an example on how to act in the chat room here. Appreciate it. And, we'll be back tomorrow. We will be on time. It's the hump day, Wednesday. It's going to be a good one. Tomorrow's going to be good. And we always bring truth. Hey! All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Alien blessed.
There's look at this thing. It's rotating. Oh, got it!
Bye.